Fog Racing, back with another F1 manager part here. We are in Singapore. We had a wet race in Singapore in real life. Pretty insane, but as you can see for practice results here, it looks like Red Bull may have the upper hand, but of course in the championship, Ferrari, we have the upper hand. So we're going to send out both our drivers here for qualifying. And hopefully we can get the job done. Verstappen wants to be the first guy out there, and he is, and he looks like he's not going to get any traffic. But you know, the Ferrari boys, we're leaving the garage. I'm feeling confident, you know, like we could both our drivers in great positions for the World Championship. I mean, the constructors is basically wrapped up because Perez has fell out of the fight. You know, it looks like it's a freeway fight, and when it's a freeway fight, you're basically guaranteed to win it, to be honest. But as you can see, Verstappen leads the way. Sainz a wee bit behind. Leclerc, though, looks like Leclerc's going to have to go out and set another lap, which is just the last thing that you really want to do here. But you know, I think we'll have to send him, put him on a pair of mediums so we can save a set of softs. And hopefully that'll do it. As we move into the Q1 results, Leclerc did manage to get through, as you can see, but it was pretty low down, but he was on the mediums. So a few drivers taking grid penalties, but we've got to dive in the qualifying two here. See how well we can do, build up a bit of momentum for Q3. Going into the Q2 results though, we did make it through in third and fifth. Leclerc just seems to be a lot of pace off Sainz. Sainz though, on his last run through the final corner, can't improve, but it looks like it will be, that is going to be the final order. Of course, Hamilton takes a penalty, so in terms of Leclerc, he will start ahead there, so it's not particularly too bad. But, you know, I actually feel like getting a car on the front row is pretty good. As we go to the 5 red lights here in Singapore, hopefully we can win. Don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see. But it looks like Sainz has got the best start here out of them, but Verstappen manages to cover him off. We're just going to put them up the overtake and hopefully get the job done. But as you can see, Lewis Hamilton actually started behind both Alpines. Don't know if he's going to be able to get the job there, but look, can Carlos Sainz get the job done? On Max Verstappen, he's in. He's in. He's through. We've turned that Ferrari power up, man. He's absolutely blasted past him. As you can see, we've got also Charles Leclerc trying to hang it around the outside of Press, which will now become the inside. He looks for it, but he has to just slot in behind, and there's a lot of drama here at the start, but Ferrari take the lead, and I've got a feeling we will be the slower car over the course of this race. I mean, we're the slower car for one lap, so why wouldn't you be over the long runs? But hopefully we can hold them up, because it is pretty hard to overtake here as we go around the track, but it looks like we're doing no bad. At this point in the race, so everyone is pitting. I mean, it looks like it's just going to be a one-stop here around the streets of Singapore. But I mean, with Ferrari, I thought, fuck it, we'll just go along and hopefully have superior tyre life towards the end of the race. Because as you can see, you've got both Mercs getting held up by like the likes of Vettel and Ricciardo, and that's the last thing I wanted. So I thought we'll just keep out the top drivers here. We've got Sainz and Leclerc. I mean, there's quite a decent gap there back to Max Verstappen. Hopefully, maybe we could even, you know, get away with putting on the medium to the end. I believe Red Bull have done that, but you don't want to put on the medium, you know, like too soon. Like, there's no point of us pitting now. Like, I seen the Mexico Grand Prix in real life. Like, what were Mercedes doing? Should have kept out Russell for longer and Hamilton and put on the softs, but it's fucking ludicrous. Don't understand why they did that, to be honest, but we're doing good. As you can see, Verstappen obviously getting closer to the back of Charles Leclerc, but that's just come to be expected. You know, you've got to take the risk, and as you see, he's just getting so much closer, so much extra grip here compared to the worn softs of Leclerc. But I believe it would get him on the next lap here. Probably got to pit Leclerc. As you can see, he's in the DRS. Sainz, though, he's still got a healthy lead. Sainz at this point he will be beating out Perez, hopefully. So we're going to pit Charles Leclerc and see where he can indeed come out. He's going to pit this lap. Verstappen, though, has caught up to Sainz. We've just decided to pit him, why not? And he's managed, thankfully, to get out ahead of Perez and Leclerc. But hopefully those few extra laps have got the job done. But as you can see, Leclerc, I mean, drives kind of through the wall there, but he's on the fresh mediums. No match Perez is for him. Perez is just absolutely been sent. But as you can see, Sainz and Leclerc, we're doing well here. We're doing very well, and hopefully we can reel in Verstappen. But if you look at the gap Verstappen's got, it is quite a big gap. I don't know if we're going to be able to reel it in. Like, it's one thing getting Perez, but getting The other one's not 100% certain on that option. Not many laps to go, but oh, there's a spinner there. It's an AlphaTauri, and it's brought out the VSC, but you know, there's just not much point of pitting. I was thinking about it here, but I thought about it like if you pit Sainz, you're going to lose track position to Leclerc and Perez, and realistically, are you going to gain that amount of time on the softs? Probably not. So I decided, fuck it. I mean, if you're Sergio Perez, you pit because you've literally nothing to lose. You know, like you're not going to realistically beat Leclerc, but as you see, that's what brought it out. Just a fucking nothing spin almost wipes us out in the actual long run. But not long after this, the actual safety car did in fact come out. We've got a Haas, we've got a McLaren off in that corner. Magnussen's picked up apparently the safety car is deployed, and now when it's a safety car, that is when you take the risk. That is when you take the risk of pitting for the soft, because it's going to bunch up the field. And with a number of laps remaining, we can hopefully get the job done. So we're going to pit both cars and see what we can do. And hopefully the pace of this Ferrari on brand new softs can easily dispatch it for Verstappen, but it all depends if he's going to pit or not. As you see, Kevin Magnussen going across the Anderson Bridge, you kind of just fucking ram straight into the back of him, if we're being honest. Here we are though for the safety car restart, and there's one glaring problem with like a million cars in between us and Max Verstappen. Like literally everyone up to Esteban Ocon has been lapped, and the Alpines haven't even caught the back of the fucking train, so it's an absolute disaster. As you see, we're actually getting through quite a lot of them here, but it is still going to be a bit chaotic, and hopefully we just don't lose any positions to the marks, but thankfully we don't. Leclerc and Sainz are going to have to fight their way through here, and Verstappen those get quite a gap, but I'm hoping here on the fresh softs we can just lay the smack down and overtake. But disaster strikes. Carlos Sainz spins, and it's an absolute mess. Leclerc then proceeds to overtake Perez, so he is Ferrari's only chance. Sainz has dropped back behind both Alpines, but thankfully he's got the job done. But as you can see, Verstappen, just the fresh softs, like it was just the way to go. I'm surprised no one else other than us decided to do it, but we've blasted past Max Verstappen rather easily, and now Leclerc has got an easy win, as long as he just manages the car and the car doesn't break. But on the other hand, we've got Carlos Sainz. Hopefully we can get both Mercedes, maybe. Not many laps to go. That would be the ideal dream, but we are on a set of soft tires, so hopefully we can get both of them, but there's not many laps to go, if we're being honest. Carlos Sainz with the fastest lap of the race. The comeback now for Carlos Sainz. He overtakes George Russell. We're up to P5. It just makes you think, what would have happened if he didn't do this? And now, with a lap and a bit to go, he overtakes Lewis Hamilton, and now he overtakes Sergio Perez on the last lap. And I tell you what, if Sainz didn't spin, this would have been like the easiest 1-2 ever. Like, Sainz has thrown away quite a lot of points because he's lost points to Leclerc, he's lost points to Verstappen, but thankfully he didn't retire for the race. So I guess I'm going to count my lucky stars for that. He also gets the fastest lap, and I pretty much a Noah's Ark sort of grid. Well, it would have been especially a Noah's Ark sort of grid if Sainz didn't bottle it, guys. But anyway, that will do it for episode 17. Things are looking toasty in the championship. We've got second and third gaining on first place. Ferrari, we're still looking great in the constructors. That looks like it should be up. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Ferrari on top. Carlos Sainz still leads. And until then, peace.